This is probably the video I'm most excited to make. This is my 75 hard recap video. I've had some people reach out saying that they want to see it, kind of hear my thoughts, answer some questions. That way I can hopefully inspire or encourage other people who might want to try to do it, who've never heard of it, and stuff like that. So I'm going to answer as many questions in this video as I can, and then tell you kind of what's next from here. Okay, so why I did the 75 hard challenge? The biggest reason was for my dad. I wanted to inspire him to do something more, to push himself and get better in his health. And it did work for 76 days. He went a day after and did another workout. He was in the gym and he ate a clean diet. He stayed away from bad food, started to eat real food, and he saw a big change in his overall lifestyle. And that's something I've been trying to encourage for years with him. And so that was number one biggest reason why I did this challenge. Number two is because I want to do something for myself. I was a college athlete, and after college, I wanted to be able to continue to push myself. I have a competitive itch. So I've done a marathon, I've done a Spartan race, and this was the next big one that I wanted to check off. And there was just a time in my life when, right before I started, that things weren't going great, and it allowed me to have some structure and push myself and focus on something that was positive. So it was just the perfect time to do it, and it's only inspiring me to do more. Why I picked animal-based diet, and do I plan on sticking with it? So animal-based diet, I've done some research on through my own and hearing Paul Saldina talk and hear other influencers like Joey Sorts and Andrew Huberman who talk about this diet. I really think it's how humans are supposed to eat. Just meat, eggs, fruit, raw dairy, some raw cheese, organ meat. For 76 days, 75 days, I didn't have bloating. I didn't have stomach issues. I felt great. My energy levels were great. Even with 2 workouts a day, I felt like normal. Now, I say 76 days because on day 76, I had a lot of junk food, and day 77 was not great in terms of how I felt. But the diet, I really believe, is how humans are supposed to eat. And if you're out there looking to shed a couple pounds, put on some muscle, feel better, feel some mental clarity, get rid of those GI issues, I think you should try animal-based diet. Do I plan on sticking to it? Probably 90% of the time, I will stick to animal-based diet. I fell in love with ground beef and eggs and Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, and I pretty much eat that every single day. Did I miss alcohol occasionally? No. The substance? No, not at all. I've never been a huge drinker. I've enjoyed my nights for sure, especially as a college kid, but I've never been like, I have to go drink. I would say I miss the social aspect of it, because when you're young, in your 20s, just graduating college, or if you're in college, drinking is a lot of your social time where you see your friends, and I definitely miss that. There was one night I did stop into the bar to say hi and sit there. I got a water because I was craving that social aspect. But no, I never craved alcohol. What point was the toughest? Probably the outdoor workouts. Being wintertime here in Pittsburgh, there were some days where there was inches of snow on the ground and less than 5-degree weather, and whatever it was, that had to be the toughest mentally at times to get through and to say, I have to go do this. We're going to figure it out. And sometimes I walked. I put a weight vest on and I walked for 45 minutes to an hour. But just having that mental toughness to be going outside in 5-degree weather and doing a workout is something I didn't want to ever do, and I probably don't plan on doing it in the future, but it was tough, but it makes you stronger for sure. Did the challenge ever get easier? To an extent, yeah. As I got into a routine, things started to feel normal. So probably around day 35, 40, it was just like something I had to do. I had to get up. I had to get a workout in. I had to start reading 10 pages and start drinking my water as soon as I woke up so I could get the gallon in a day. So as time goes on, it starts to become a lifestyle, like a habit. And that's the whole point of this challenge, is to either break a habit or start new habits that you can take with you. It does get a little bit easier, but I wouldn't say by much. Who would I recommend this to? Probably 2 different groups of people. The first would be anyone that's aspiring to push themselves physically and mentally. If you're a previous athlete or you're trying to get into lifestyle and fitness challenges, this is a great one to do, and it definitely pushes your limits. The other group of people would be the like anyone trying to build lifestyle habits. So if it's working out more, it's eating cleaner, it's, drinking more water, less artificially sweetened drinks or sugary drinks or alcohol, whatever it is, doing this for 75 days will help you build that habit of what you want to do for, your future and the rest of your life. What were low points, and did you ever want to quit? Yes, everyone will want to quit during this challenge at some point. Definitely the cold days where it was like 4 degrees, 5 degrees outside, and I had to get an outdoor workout in. Early mornings, trying to get up at 4:30, 5 a.m. before work to do workout number one. Some days just didn't wake up and had to go on a walk. And probably Super Bowl Sunday was the next hardest day. Going to a party, having to bring my own meal, and no alcohol, at a social event like that. Also, speaking of that social events, I missed a lot of nights where my buddies went drinking and bowling and whatever it was that I just didn't want to put myself in an environment where I could lose. So yeah, definitely some lows, but you learn and you grow from it a lot. The best part about this challenge, two things. One is it was the first time I've seen my abs in my life. Now, I didn't do this to get leaner, but there was definitely a benefit and something that would just come from working out a lot, eating clean, drinking water, and no, alcohol in your diet. So that was pretty cool. The second thing is that last workout. I went on a run for my final workout, and I got teary-eyed 1 mile in, knowing that it's over. I'm happy that it's over, but also, sad because I had so much growth throughout this experience and so much support from people. And just to know that was over was a sad thing. But did I learn anything about myself? Yes. Anyone that goes through any experience that is tough and difficult for them, they will have learned something, whether it's positive or negative. I would say on the positive side, I have learned that I'm capable of not just pushing myself, but allowing myself to believe. And what I mean by that is those days where it was tough, the 5-degree weather, the getting home from the bar at 3 and having to read because I didn't have time or I forgot, whatever it was, being able to say, I get the opportunity to go work out. I get the opportunity to read tonight. Or, I know how good I'm going to feel tomorrow if I just get this done. You are capable of doing that more often than you think. And why I say that's such a good thing to learn, because when you're not in this challenge or you're not doing something that's this difficult, your daily life's going to throw a lot of things at you that you don't want to do or you don't think are good for you or are going to make you happy. Sometimes you get to say, you know what, I get the opportunity to go to work today. I get the opportunity to go, do this with my friends or do this in this scenario. Even if you yourself are not looking forward to it, being able to do that positively has a great amount of weight. Would I do the challenge again? For sure I would. I think if I was going to do it again, I would like to do it with someone who's doing it for their first time. That way I can be there for them. I was lucky enough that when I started it, someone else I knew who was featured in some of my videos was also doing the challenge, and he had done it before, which really helped me. He looked out for me. He gave me, pep talks and encouraged me, and having that was really good. So I would like to do it again with someone who's not doing it for their second, third, fourth time, just so I can be there for them and also push myself to maybe try doing it a little bit more intensely, like a carnivore diet or no walking workouts, whatever it is. So yeah, I would do it again, but I plan on making this more of my lifestyle with the diet, very little drinking, staying active, reading more. What's next? A lot of things I have on my agenda that I want to do. The next thing immediately will be a fast. I want to get to a 4-day fast, but I think I'm going to start with a 2-day fast. Let my body adjust to it because I haven't fasted in 2 years. So that will be the first challenge. I also want to do a 4x4x48, which is 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So if I do my 4 miles in 50 minutes, then I have 3 hours and 10 minutes to rest before I run the next 4 miles. That one is going to be insanely difficult, but one I want to do and one that I plan on doing with somebody else already. Not going to do it alone. I also plan on biking a lot. There's a trail here in Pittsburgh that goes from here to DC. It's a couple hundred miles. I want to be able to make it down in one day and back the next day. Will be a very tough mental challenge. I think physically I'll be able to do it. And then the last one I want is to do another Spartan race, but this time qualify for Spartan Nationals. So when I did it in November during Thanksgiving, I finished 10th in my age group and top 4% overall. So I was 41 out of like 1,600. And I think to qualify for nationals, you have to be in that top 1%. So that is my next goal. Going to start looking at when I can do those and start working towards that goal. So right now, those are the immediate next steps. And lastly, keep my dad motivated. He wants to do a mini triathlon. So when we can get him to a point where him and I can do a mini triathlon together, that will be a goal as well. And I can't thank everyone enough for following along. I know this video is a little bit lengthy, but I wanted to answer all those questions. Those are questions I fielded from other people and a couple that I came up with myself. But I think it's important for people to understand what this challenge is like, the ups and the downs, how to maybe get through it. And if they want to attempt it, here's some advice on how to get through it. So thank you again for following along, and there's gonna only be more content coming in the future.